Good morning. I thought I'd come on as I am reminding myself how much I want to be meditating more. And I thought maybe you might like that too. So I'm inviting you to join me for some minutes here to just meditate more, right? And I have my cup of tea here, which is totally a form of meditation, even drinking tea. How it gets us to pause, come into the moment, come into our senses, more feeling, right? More present. So let's do this. And yeah, I might be closing my eyes as well, which we don't have to do for meditation, but there's something soothing about closing the eyes and letting it really be more about going within, as much as meditation can be about coming into the moment around us as well. So yeah, how about before we close our eyes, we get in a relaxed position, move around as much as we need to, stretch, shift, adjust, to be able to get a little still and more relaxed to do this thing we could call meditation, which really just means to focus our attention on something. So lots of things can be meditation, but let's do it in some of the ways that a lot of us think of, which include being still, maybe sitting or laying down, closing our eyes. But before we close our eyes, look around the room. I'm going to do that too, wherever you're at, and just get more present by taking in the scene of right now and unique right now. And I'm finding myself getting more into my senses, more into my body, just starting to notice more how I am feeling, how I am doing in the body, in my energy, in my feelings. And then, yeah, there's going to be a chance to also take a look at those thoughts that are at the root of it, a lot of it, right? So, as we're ready, let's go ahead and close our eyes. And relaxing the face and jaw is this really cool technique, trick that relaxes the nervous system, which all of us could use these days, I know for sure. So let's do that more. Just see what you can do to soften your face, relax your jaw. Start to be more aware of your breath, right? Maybe starting to take some slower, longer, deeper breaths as part of that. And just bringing our awareness, our attention into the body, right? Into the moment, into our senses. This is all becoming a practice of mindfulness, right? Which you might notice already, I'm noticing, feels better. More of what's so cool here is we're actually getting more into our natural state. We're not creating an unnatural state. We're like, as I understand it now, more and more relaxing into our natural state again, right? And that's why it can be such perfect therapy and a way to recalibrate ourselves, right? So we're relaxing, we're enjoying the eyes closed as a way to start to bring our attention a little more inward, right? And part of meditation does mean we're going to just start to notice how we're doing, how we're feeling as we're practicing being more relaxed, as we're just working with conscious breath a little bit more. Let's do that. Me too. And that can mean just breathing more consciously, right? Just more present with the breath, but also maybe breathing more slowly, more fully, more into the belly, which brings in more oxygen, more energy. And a lot slower, longer exhales. Out of the mouth or nose. So let's give ourselves a few slower, longer, bigger, conscious breaths to just relax ourselves, start to clear us out already energetically, which that breath is always doing for us. And to just help us relax more. listening, feeling more, playing with our attention. It's really what we're doing with meditation. So just deciding to aim to be more present, more in the moment, in the senses, listening to sounds, feeling sensations with the breath. And seeing how, yes, it can be about, whoop, I'm crooked, quieting the mind. It's like I'm using my phone today and just holding it, totally going old school. So I got crooked there for a moment. So we're relaxing, we're breathing, we're feeling, we're listening more. And then we want to bring in that super important piece, the psychology that helps of non-judgment, with what we're starting to notice and feel and realize about how we're doing and feeling right now, right? If the body has tension, tightness, or even pain or symptoms, just aware of that today with more love and just maybe playing with what we can relax and allow more ease with, bring in that breath too. And just aware of, emotionally how we're doing. We're becoming that observer, right? As part of meditation, noticing, witnessing, which is part of the therapy, to have some time to go within and see how we're doing today, right? With love. And even some resolve, right? About, okay, now I know. I've got that going on at this moment. And then, yes, what we're aiming to do here is also just quiet that mind more for the relief of that, for the remedy of that, how that also refreshes the mind, to let it become more quiet and even have moments of total quiet, maybe like 2 to 5 seconds of quiet. And so playing with creating that more through being more in our senses, more listening, feeling. Notice how that quiets the mind. Remember how you can relax your mind like another muscle for seconds at a time to quiet it, soothe it, redirect it. Use that imagery of a windshield wipe you could do, clearing and quieting your mind. And then the exciting piece that I've really gotten more recently is to realize now we're in this listening mode, this receiving mode, this receptive mode, to listen more within, right? For more of like our true inner voice, our intuition, our connection with God, our connection with our spirit team, our angels, whatever we call it. So now we're in this listening mode for that. So yes, noticing the mental chatter, that's really kind of the opposite of that inner voice, right? And then using this to quiet that, shift that, slow that down, and allowing ourselves to get more in that receptive mode for the inspiration, the intuition, the spiritual guidance, right? The knowing. And so interesting how the relaxing helps out the breath, right? The presence. And really that it's so simple. It's just about being here, a little more relaxed, a little more quiet, a little more listening and feeling. Whether we're still sitting with our eyes closed or not. Keep getting crooked IG. And then what I love noticing is that now we're intended to like stay in this state as we move into the day, right? As we get back into what we do next with our eyes open. We're now just more relaxed, we're more listening, we're more feeling, we're more aware, we're more in charge of our attention. And now we can just play with more listening throughout the day, more feeling, more quieting. and more tuning into that inner voice, that intuition, that inspiration, right? And just using things like the relaxing, the breathing, and just getting more into the body, into the senses, into the moment as such medicine, right? To manage how we're doing in the mind and in our momentum. So I hope that was helpful. Just a little dip in and just remembering how meditation can be this time to like reconnect with these tools, these ways of being, things like our breath and relaxing and listening and feeling, and that non-judgment, more like self-love, that is still the most challenging piece for me, 100%. But that's where it's a practice, right? So I hope this helped you tune you a little bit. You know, I like to say that because, yeah, these things help us tune ourselves mentally, physically, emotionally, energetically, spiritually, right? Because we are all of that. So thanks for being here, and I hope this was helpful along your journey. Cheers. Have a great day out there, guys. Love you. Namaste.